In Canada, Queen Wilhelmina of the Netherlands sees Princess Juliana and her granddaughters for the first time since the Nazis invaded their homeland. For the 62-year-old Queen, the transatlantic crossing was her first, and incidentally, her first time in a plane. A queen for more than 50 years, Wilhelmina ruled an empire of 75 million subjects. Now she lives for the day the House of Orange will rise again. Massachusetts. Queen Wilhelmina of the Netherlands, now visiting Princess Juliana in the United States, leaves her home nearby to inspect a corps of seasoned U.S. troops. Making one of her few public appearances since the war, the woman who ruled an empire of 75 million people sees her new allies pass in review, sees in these American troops the hope of the United Nations. As the Free Dutch work day and night to further the United Nations war effort, their Queen Wilhelmina of the Netherlands rides with President Roosevelt to the Washington Navy Yard. Here, by the President's order, under terms of the Lend-Lease Agreement, a new submarine chaser, named for the Queen, is presented to the Dutch Navy. Her Majesty goes aboard and finds a crew of her own countrymen, veterans of the Netherlands fleet, which so valiantly fought the first Japanese attack in the Southwest Pacific. Now, ready for battle, the little warship is ordered for service with the U.S. Navy, proudly flying the flag of a people who have vowed to their Queen, no surrender. In Ottawa, Canada, Queen Wilhelmina of the Netherlands, with the little princesses Irene and Beatrix, attends the baptism of her third granddaughter, the 5-month-old infant of Princess Juliana and Prince Bernhard, the royal family of one of the United Nations. The chaplain of the Netherlands Merchant Marine performs the ceremony according to the ritual of the Netherlands Reformed Church. Canada's Governor General, in uniform, represents Britain's Queen Mary, one of the child's godparents. Held in the arms of her mother, the infant is the first Netherlands princess born in the Western Hemisphere. Now the father, Prince Bernhard, takes his part in the ceremony. And the baby is christened Margriette Francesca, newest member of the House of Orange.
To the liberated peoples of the lowlands, Queen Wilhelmina of Holland is the symbol of their independence. Prince Bernhard and then England's Air Marshal Cunningham meet her somewhere in Belgium as she returns to the continent after an absence of 5 years. The Queen goes back to Holland to her own people who fought with the Allied troops and are still fighting. In every Scheldt town where bitter battles raged a few months ago, the people gather to welcome their Queen. Here, where the gray winter's war left scars, the Queen talks to the humble people who never stop fighting for their liberty. She reviews the Dutch Marines who stormed across the dikes to attack the Atlantic Wall that the Nazis said no human power could breach. Everywhere the people hail her, pressing against police cordons for a closer view of one of the world's greatest women. For the women, the Queen has a special word of consolation. And again at Eindhoven, she talks intimately to the people. the 10 days of her tour, as word passes from one person to another of her coming, crowds throng every street, every town, every road to hail her leadership in the struggle for liberty.
Queen Wilhelmina of the Netherlands recently visited her country for the first time since the war. Crossing the Belgian-Dutch frontier, the Queen started on a tour of liberated Holland, a tour which had been kept secret. But somehow the news had traveled ahead, and everywhere she was greeted with the sincerity of a people deeply thankful for their release from the nightmare of Nazi domination. The presence of war widows was a reminder, if one was needed, that not all Holland was yet freed from the German yoke, and that close by, Allied forces were inexorably closing in on the huge German army trapped in the remaining occupied territory. On this spot, where several Dutch civilians gave their lives in attempting to save a bridge, the Queen placed a rosette in recognition of their heroism. To these people who suffered grievously during the war years, the visit of Queen Wilhelmina must have signalized the end of their oppression and the promise of happier days to come.